Delta College police have new tools to combat crime, and we'll tell you why they're on high alert. If you're craving a sweet treat, we'll tell you what day of the week is best to satisfy it. All this and more here on DCTV News. You're watching DCTV News. I'm Seth Lohman. This is the show that brings you news and events that happen at San Joaquin Delta College and are in the Stockton community. A man was caught on campus with a loaded gun. We spoke to Officer Jim Bach on how police plan to keep Delta safe. In the first week of this semester, there was a case of sexual battery. Now in the second week, a man was caught bringing a weapon onto campus. So what are Delta police doing to keep the campus safe?
We are at maximum saturation on our patrols, so we've got the parking lots, the pathways, all the buildings, the interiors of campus all covered really well.
The subject's name is Javier Vasquez, a 20-year-old man. Vasquez was reported to the police after showing suspicious behavior in the bookstore. He was approached by campus police on the pathway between Holt 1 and Bud 4 parking lots. Police found a loaded firearm in his front pocket. Vasquez was arrested immediately. So why was the subject carrying a firearm on campus?
The intention is not known. He was suspected of possibly committing a theft in the bookstore.
Campus police urged students to report future crimes by using the Zulu app or by TipSoft. Officer Bach says the police are all over campus, and they are. In fact, there's a new tool to help them get in and out of the most narrow of spaces.
We have 3 trikes. You see our people riding, saturating the campus. We'll be from parking lots, the pathways, which is something we couldn't do before because we have some other things coming that we will let you know about as soon as they get here. Some other vehicles that are going to be fun too. And hopefully people will be able to see us on these and with our vests and our helmets on just for safety. Covering the ground is one way to go. But the more crime-fighting tools, the better. DCTV's Mason Silva shows how campus police have an eye up high as well.
If you look up all around Delta, you will find these security cameras on the walls.
Currently, we're working on a project to have cameras on every single gate, which is entrance and exit, looking both ways, going towards the campus and leaving the campus.
Students have fell to victims of crime from time to time, but Officer Robert DePiro is on the lookout for unwanted intruders.
That if somebody commits a crime in the interior campus, we can get a forward and rear view shot of the person. Or same thing if they commit a crime out on the outside, coming on in, so we can also capture them as well, their image coming and going.
The cameras are rolling all the time with the supervision of police staff members.
The biggest thing is once we have every entrance and exit covered, then should anything ever occur on campus, there's almost no chance of us not seeing them.
And it didn't take long before students to notice them.
Actually, I just noticed them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. What do you think about
them? If anything, it's a good thing. I have no problem with cameras. I have no problem with security.
I think it will bring acknowledgement that they're being watched, and I think that's important that people realize that.
Parking lots are covered too.
They really cut down on the, especially the car thefts, which used to be a really big problem, but as soon as those were installed in all the parking lots, really cut it down to almost nothing.
For DCTV News, I'm Mason Silva.
Local musicians are always looking for a place to highlight their talents. Warlords on the Miracle Mile features great local music. Here's a piece I worked on that takes us inside the mic. Stockton is always providing ways for people to enjoy live local music. Located on Stockton's Miracle Mile, Warlords often gives musicians a chance to show off their talents. One of the musical events that Warlords hosts is West Coast Songwriters, a nationwide competition.
I think anything that Stockton does to kind of embrace local musicians is good.
Local musician Kristen Wiles competed in the competition for the very first time.
I came from a time when it was so heavy and there was a lot of places to go for musicians, and it's died down a lot, like I told you. So I think anything that helps that out is amazing, especially for the younger and older group of Stockton.
Other than providing an outlet for musicians, the competition pushes the artists to practice their talents. Even for Al Atkins, the manager of West Coast Songwriters.
For me, West Coast Songwriters has got me to work harder at playing better. It's got me working to try to sing better, which is not an easy task.
Aside from hosting events like the West Coast Songwriters Competition, Whirlow's provides a place where people can socialize and eat while they enjoy live music. A trademark for this popular local restaurant.
We brought the music venue to Whirlow's about 2.5 years ago. And since we did that, we find, because we're very visible here on the Miracle Mile, stage is right in the corner in the window. So people drive by every night of the week except Sunday, and they see artists performing. And it just energetically, it lifts up the restaurant, it lifts up the community.
So whether it's the accordion or the acoustic guitar, Whirlow's never misses a beat when it comes to keeping visitors happy. From Stockton, Seth Lohman, DCTV News reports. Now for a new segment focused on local restaurants. Here's DCTV's Aaron Kumar with a piece we are calling The Local Chew.
Hello, I'm Aaron Kumar here with DCTV News. We are at the local Casa Flores in Brookside, Stockton, the traditional family-owned Mexican restaurant that's been around for about 5 years now. Let's go inside and see what it's all about. Casa Flores is a traditional Mexican restaurant that distinguishes itself from other similar restaurants. When asked what makes Casa Flores special, Chef Ruben Rios had this to say.
The thing is that it's a new Mexican restaurant, and it separates itself from other Mexican restaurants because the food is very unique. It has its own flavor, its own taste. If you go to any other Mexican restaurant, you see similar dishes, but not here like Casa Flores.
Casa Flores offers all the classic dishes that you would expect, but with their own unique style and flavoring.
You have your typical Mexican entrees, which is like enchiladas, chile rellenos, chile verde, chile colorado. So it's all your typical Mexican entrees.
For a family-owned restaurant, Casa Flores' goal is to provide a family-going experience with a splash of culture.
Well, since it's a family restaurant, they wanted to keep it real low tone. As you can see, there's very traditional figures of Mexican figures on the wall. You have Emilio Zapata and other revolutionary individuals. It's basically very mellow, calm, because there's a lot of families in the area that do come here, so we wanted to keep it very cozy.
Well, guys, if you're ever in the neighborhood of Brookside, Stockton, California, and you want to try something new and muy delicioso, come on down to Casa Flores. For DCTV News, I'm Aaron Kumar.
Delta's culinary art students are at it again, creating delicious treats as part of their artisan bakery. You can find the artisan bakers in Lower Danner every Thursday until March 13th from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Mustang sports teams are going hard this semester. Sports director Richard Reyes has more.
Fans packed into Joe Blanchard Gym on February 7th for the Delta College Lady Mustangs versus Modesto Junior College for the annual Pack the House event. Talking to tight end Brian Dolson, he explained why he was painted up for Pack the House.
It's Pack the House. You got to support your Delta Mustangs any way you can. We thought we'd bring a little extra energy into the crowd, you know? Hey, I feel like it's a little soft right now.
As the players thank the faculty for helping them along the way.
But it'll pick up as the game keeps going. They're feeling it a little bit.
Soccer team got into a sing-along. Jesus started breakdancing. And Fierce the Mustang danced and entertained the crowd. Coach Johnson kept the Mustang team motivated after they led 38-31 at the half. Talking to Coach Johnson and what she thought of Pack the House.
You know, it's great atmosphere. I told them the energy they get from the rest of the fans should give you extra energy to play.
Freshman Selena Moore offered her thoughts of Pack the House.
Yeah, a little excited, a little nervous. A lot of people, so it's kind of a little mixture of nerves and excitement. So.
With DCTV Sports Report, this is Richard Reyes.
That concludes this episode of DCTV News. And remember to check us out on our social media. Next time we'll sit down with an American Idol contestant who happens to be a Delta College student. And in a new feature called Eye on Success, we'll have a close-up look on academic services available to students. From Shima 146, this is DCTV News.